Okay, so day one of my summer program, and today is the deadlift speed day. The point of today is to really feel like the weights are light, feel like you're exploding off the ground, feel like you're powerful, and the weight shouldn't be heavy at all if you performed your 1 rep maxes correctly and put them in the program correctly. The weights, of course, will be spit out for you to perform, and all you have to do is do them. And today felt pretty good. I felt like it was pretty light, but it's a mental thing that I have to get over, that I'm constantly lifting heavy weight, constantly trying to make gains in the gym. But these lightweight, quick rep days are important to do. Sorry, I have a freaking ant on my keyboard. But here's another angle of me doing these deadlifts, really exploding off the ground, feeling like the weight's fast, feeling like it's light, and it's important to have these programmed into your program. And the next exercise is a deficit deadlift. And these deficit deadlifts are important because as you can see, I'm standing on a plate, or two 35-pound plates, and it increases the range of motion you have to perform the exercise in. And the idea is that if you can perform a deficit deadlift at this weight, you'll be able to perform it at a higher weight when you're doing regular deadlifts. And these deficit deadlifts make you incorporate more of your posterior chain, and make you incorporate more of your quads, so it increases your overall strength and makes you more powerful for when you're doing a regular deadlift. So it's important to have these as well as your main accessory to your regular deadlift. Moving on, this is back squats, and I tried out this program for a week before, and I did these back squats, and because I did the deadlifts light, I tried to go heavy on these back squats, and it destroyed my legs. And I'm not going to make that mistake again. If I'm going light on the deadlifts, then I'm going to go light on these back squats, and they are higher reps, so I didn't want to go too heavy again, like I said. And maybe later on in the program, I'll start making these back squats heavier for when I'm doing those lightweight deficit deadlift days and the deadlift days, the regular deadlift days. So maybe I'll incorporate more weight, but for now, I'm going to go light if I go light on the deadlifts, because my legs are not conditioned since I had the surgery. They're not conditioned yet to do that type of thing. The last exercise that I did for the program is pull-ups, and you want to feel the contraction the whole way up and the whole way down. You don't want to be cruising on these. You want to feel like you're really tightening your back and then lowering back down slowly. And then soon I'll flash on the accessory movements that I added into the program that weren't written in, that I added in for my bodybuilding style workouts, that more of the reps, more of the volume that I like doing, and that's the ones I did. Now, moving on to day 2 of the program, and today is I think it's a bench rep day, and the point of today is to do moderate weight, doing high reps, and the weight shouldn't feel too light, shouldn't feel too heavy. You should feel like you can do these every single day. These are just your rep days where you're pumping out reps. You can see I did 185 for my working sets, and it looks a little weird. I do 6 reps, and I do 12 reps on the third set of 185. The reason being is because the 6 reps felt super light, and I felt like my 1 rep max to begin with wasn't as high as it should have been on my flat bench. And so I went for it all. I did 12 reps, and that means that I have a new 1 rep bench max, and which increases by 25 pounds on my 1 rep bench max. And I was thinking, wow, this is a little weird. I don't know why it's increased by 25 pounds. That much is a lot of weight to increase in your 1 rep bench max in a couple of days. So I did it again, and I did it for 12 reps once again. And that means that my 1 rep max that I calculated before wasn't optimal. Like I said, it increased by 25 pounds, so I wrote that in my program, and it increased all my weights for the rest of the program, and I'll keep doing that for all the lifts that I do. I'll make a mental note of what my 1 rep maxes are for each lift, and if I increased it that day, I'm going to increase it on the program. Just keep pushing myself and make sure I'm progressing constantly. And here is the close grip bench. It's the main accessory to it, and you'll see me set up with first the regular bench, and then I'll move my hands in closer for the close grip. And the point of the close grip is to keep your elbows in a little bit tighter to your body. It works your triceps more, works the inner chest more. And I kept these kind of lightweight again. I kept it higher reps, and I decreased my weight for the actual movement because it is going to be closer in. It's not going to be able to, you're not going to be as powerful closer in. And plus it hurts my wrists a little bit more being too high of weight. So that's why I have the wrist reps on as well for this movement. And that's what close grip bench is. Moving on to the next movement, and I'll tell you a little story. All right, so both these clips are incline dumbbell bench, and they are both out of focus. The reason being is I added actually in another set of 60 pounds to try to get a shot in focus, and ended up stopping because there was this meathead in the gym who was giving me the stink eye for filming me working out. How crazy of me to do that. And he was giving me the stink eye, trying to use the bench that I was using with me, probably trying to stop me from filming for some reason. But he was wearing a Rich Piana's 5% shirt. And I'm not knocking Rich Piana because he's a huge guy. He knows what he's talking about. But this guy who was giving me crap in the gym was preaching to everybody in the gym that cardio is not good for you, that it's going to ruin your muscle gains, it's going to ruin your strength gains. And Rich Piana actually has a video on YouTube explaining that cardio is good for you. It doesn't burn your muscle. It doesn't ruin your strength gains. And I felt it's a little ironic that the guy, big muscly guy who was preaching to everyone that cardio is bad for you, who's wearing a 5% shirt, that the guy who made that shirt is saying that cardio is actually good for you. So just make sure you guys know that cardio is good for you. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain muscle, still do cardio because it's good for the long run, okay? So don't believe what you hear in the gym all the time. So here is me doing the last set of tricep pushdowns. And this is the last movement in Brandon Campbell's program, but then I added in my accessory movements. I'll flash on the screen soon. Yeah, there we go. So those are the accessory movements I added into the program to get the volume in again, and I like doing for bodybuilding. And thanks for watching, guys.